Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So today we are going to talk about Senator Manchin and his position when it comes to protecting the rights of Americans to vote. He has flatly stated he will not support the For the People Act and that he's not going to support weakening or ending the filibuster to get voting protections through. And I've sat on this a while. I tried to think about it from the position of someone like him. Somebody who not really a champion for progress. Somebody who is center-right, who leans right. And while that was hard, there's one little passage in what he said and what he's written that just keeps bouncing around in my head. Because he was called naive. But I don't think that's it. He's behaving like a Trump supporter in the sense that he is rejecting objective reality, things that we know to be true. He is assuming them to be false. Things that we know to be false, he is assuming them to be true. He says, I believe that partisan voting legislation will destroy the already weakening binds of our democracy, and for that reason, I will vote against the For the People Act. Furthermore, I will not vote to weaken or eliminate the filibuster. For as long as I have the privilege of being your U.S. Senator, I will fight to represent the people of West Virginia, to seek bipartisan compromise, no matter how difficult, and to develop the political bonds that end divisions and help unite the country we love. This sounds great. This sounds great, but there is a fundamental assumption here that is objectively false. This is not a both sides issue. This isn't a bipartisan issue. You had one party that spread baseless claims in an attempt to undermine the election. You had one party that pressured election officials to find the votes. You had one party that tossed around the idea of martial law. You had one party that tried to use the courts to overturn the election. You had one party that attempted to use force at the Capitol. You have one party in state legislatures around the country attempting to undermine the right to vote, attempting to make it harder to preserve, in their words, the purity of the ballot box, the quality of the voters. They are openly saying that they don't support this goal. For this to be a statement that makes any sense, both parties have to be equally committed to preserving American democracy, to preserving the republic, to preserving the American experiment. It is clear that one party does not. This isn't naive. It's delusional. This isn't reality. They have shown over and over again that they have no interest in preserving American democracy. That's clear. It's open. It's in the headlines. It's in their statements. You can't compromise on this. If your goal is to preserve American democracy and theirs is to undermine it, if you compromise, you are now assisting in undermining it. You're just not doing it to the same degree. This isn't an issue that can be compromised on. You are either pregnant or you're not. There's not a lot of gray area here. You either want to preserve the rights of Americans to vote or you don't. They do not, and they have been very clear about this. It doesn't matter how many steaks you throw to that tiger, it will not turn into a vegetarian. There is one party responsible for this. And if the senators like Manchin and others of his sort do not find their courage, we will end up with one party in this country. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.